Believe it or not, your dinner plate might just be the key to better mental health, and I'm going to show you how. When we think about taking care of our mental health, we often turn to therapists, self-help books, or meditation apps. But what if I told you that one of the most underrated tools for emotional well-being is right in front of you? Your dinner plate has the potential to be a catalyst for profound self-reflection, emotional healing, and mindfulness. It sounds far-fetched, I know, but bear with me. The way we approach mealtime can have a profound impact on our emotional state. Think about it. How many times have you sat down to a meal feeling anxious, stressed, or overwhelmed, only to leave the table feeling a little lighter? That's not just a coincidence. There's something powerful about the intersection of food, emotions, and mental health. Mealtime is an opportunity to pause, reflect, and connect with ourselves and others. It's a chance to slow down, savor our food, and acknowledge our emotions. So, what would happen if we started to treat mealtime as an act of self-care, rather than just a necessary part of our daily routine? Moving forward, we're going to explore the fascinating connection between food, emotions, and mental health. We'll delve into the common emotional struggles people face during meals, examine the psychological theories that connect food and emotions, and discuss how mindful eating habits can act as a form of self-therapy. So, let's dive in. Have you ever sat down to a meal feeling completely overwhelmed? Maybe you're dealing with stress at work or anxiety about a big event, or maybe you're just feeling lonely and disconnected. Whatever the reason, meals can be a trigger for some of our deepest emotional struggles. For some of us, mealtimes can be a source of comfort, a chance to connect with loved ones, indulge in favorite dishes, and feel a sense of belonging. But for others, meals can be a painful reminder of feelings of inadequacy, shame, or guilt. The truth is, food has a way of tapping into our deepest emotional wounds. Whether it's the pressure to conform to certain beauty standards, the shame of overeating or undereating, or the anxiety of navigating food allergies or intolerances, meals can be a minefield of emotional triggers. Research has shown that up to 75% of people experience some level of anxiety or stress related to food. That's a staggering number, and it highlights just how much emotional weight we assign to meals. So, what's driving this emotional struggle? Is it the food itself, or is it something deeper? One theory is that our emotional relationship with food is closely tied to our childhood experiences. Maybe you have fond memories of family dinners, or maybe you grew up with restrictive or punitive eating habits. Whatever the case, our early experiences with food can shape our emotional response to meals for years to come. Another theory suggests that our emotional struggles with food are closely tied to our sense of self-worth. Maybe you're using food as a way to cope with feelings of inadequacy or low self-esteem. Maybe you're using dieting or restrictive eating as a way to try and control your body or your emotions. Regardless of the reason, it's clear that food and emotions are intimately connected. And that connection can have a profound impact on our mental health. Let's take a deeper dive into the psychological theories that connect food, emotions, and mental health. One of the most interesting theories is the concept of emotional eating. Emotional eating is exactly what it sounds like, using food to cope with difficult emotions. Maybe you reach for comfort foods when you're feeling stressed or anxious, or maybe you use food as a reward or a treat. Whatever the case, emotional eating can have serious consequences for our physical and mental health. Another fascinating theory is the concept of mindful eating. Mindful eating is the practice of paying attention to our physical and emotional sensations while we eat. It's about savoring each bite, acknowledging our hunger and fullness cues, and developing a healthier relationship with food. One of the most powerful aspects of mindful eating is its ability to reduce symptoms of anxiety and depression. By slowing down and tuning into our emotions, we can start to unravel the complex web of emotions that surrounds food. But mindful eating isn't just about the food itself, it's about the emotional experience of eating. When we slow down and pay attention, we start to notice the subtle emotional cues that drive our eating habits. Maybe we're using food to cope with boredom, or maybe we're using it to punish or reward ourselves. Whatever the case, mindful eating can help us develop a more compassionate and intuitive relationship with food. So, how can we start to incorporate mindful eating into our daily lives? One strategy is to start a food diary, writing down everything we eat, and how we feel before and after each meal. Another strategy is to practice mindful meditation during meals. This might sound a little strange, but trust me, it's a game changer. Simply take a few deep breaths, focus on the sensation of the food in your mouth, and pay attention to your body's hunger and fullness cues. By slowing down and tuning in, we can start to unravel the complex web of emotions that surrounds food. We can start to develop a healthier, more compassionate relationship with our bodies and with food itself. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in the next section. We'll talk about how certain eating habits or mindful practices can act as a form of self-therapy, providing viewers with actionable insights and strategies for improving their mental health. So, let's dive in. One of the most powerful mindful eating strategies is the practice of gratitude. Taking a few moments to reflect on the food we're eating, the people we're sharing it with, and the simple pleasures of the meal itself can have a profound impact on our emotional state. It's a chance to slow down, appreciate the little things, and cultivate a sense of thankfulness. Another strategy is the practice of self-compassion. When we make a mistake, or slip up, or indulge in a favorite treat, it's easy to beat ourselves up over it. But what if we approached those moments with kindness and understanding instead? What if we acknowledged our imperfections and simply moved forward? By incorporating these mindful eating strategies into our daily lives, we can start to develop a healthier, more compassionate relationship with food and our bodies. And that's exactly what we're going to explore in the next section. Let's summarize the key insights shared throughout this video. We've explored the common emotional struggles people face during meals, examined the psychological theories that connect food and emotions, and discussed how mindful eating habits can act as a form of self-therapy. The takeaway is clear. Our dinner plate has the power to be a catalyst for profound self-reflection, emotional healing, and mindfulness. So, what's next? I want to hear from you. Have you ever used food as a way to cope with difficult emotions? Have you ever experienced the transformative power of mindful eating? Share your experiences in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our next video on emotional wellness. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and click on the bell for more health tips and updates.